Hello guys, this is Kong. Today I'm back again for another movie review. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Spiderman Homecoming. So today I'm gonna talk about the pros and the cons, as you guys know. So I'm gonna start with the pros. The pro: Tom Holland, Michael Keaton, Zendaya, if I say her name right, Jacob Neverland. Their acting are perfect. Everybody did their job. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. They make the character believable. Tom Holland was great as Spider-Man. Michael Keaton, his acting was always great. You believed them. You felt, there was one scene in a movie where you're like, oh shit, he's real. He's for real. Zendaya is a girl who's really snarky, really what's the word for it? She's kind of like she's down to earth, not down to earth, but she's really kind of a jerk in a good way. I think that's how I would put it. And Jacob is Peter Parker's best friend Ned, and he did a wonderful job. He was good at knowing Peter. He was good a friend, good a sidekick. He was really good, actually. I was surprised that he did a really good job. Now let's talk about Spider-Man himself. Peter Parker, Tom Holland portrayed Spider-Man perfectly. He's a young kid, a young Spider-Man. He exemplified exactly what Spider-Man in the animation, in the cartoon. He's young. He's a young kid. He's not like the previous Andrew Garfield film. So what I like is that Spider-Man like vlog himself. When he was like gonna fight in Civil War, fight against Captain America, and he was so excited for all this, and he was fighting and so forth. So yeah, I really like that, because it kind of ties in Civil War, and it also ties in Avenger 1. So it ties up the connection that these characters have to other superheroes and characters. So that was a smart way to connect the dot without actually saying anything. All they did was just show. So that was kind of great. What else? The movie is funny as hell. Not like crazy funny, but it is funny at the right time, at the right way it need to be. Ned finding out Peter Parker is Spider-Man. He's annoying his friend, asking all different kind of questions. What else? Peter Parker running as he try to shoot his web, and he goes out into space, and he had to like run, and he's like running through all this back door, and he falls on his ass and that sort of thing. It's like a kid who's still learning, and that's perfect. I like that. So it is funny. You will enjoy this movie because it is funny. What else? I love the Captain America cameo, especially in the physical ed. How the teacher is putting on a Captain America motivational speech, and they kind of put out, and then like in 3 places. I think it was in the gym, and then detention, and then at the end. So definitely watch and stay until the end. Okay, stay until the end. You will have a good time. You will laugh. I'm just gonna leave it at there for you guys. What else? I actually think the pacing of the story is good. It doesn't feel slow. It doesn't feel fast. It didn't drag on. It was perfect. I feel like I was engaged. I was involved in the characters. I was fascinated by the stories and what's going on. You see, the story and the characters and the villain are really grounded. And because it have to be, because Spider-Man is just it's a young kid, It's a young kid. He doesn't really know how to handle, big bad super villain, like Thanos, or eventually Goblin, or Sandman or Venom or Carnage. So this is kind of his first taste of dealing with villain or criminal. In this case, it's criminal. So I like that it's grounded, not super. You're dealing with superhero villains and stuff like that is grounded. I really like that, and it keep it down to earth, so we audience can really relate to and kind of understand by it. What else do I like? The villain, all these vultures, right? The vulture is the villain, and we know who he is, and then Peter Parker have a crush on this girl in high school, and he asked this girl out to the prom, or I think it was a prom. I think it's no, it's not prom. It's a homecoming dance or something. And he goes to her house, and he find out that holy shit, his crush father is the vulture. He's just like all pale. He's like freaking out inside, and his face can tell. He's just like, fuck. Like he knew he is, but then eventually Michael Keaton's character find out who he is. So, and that was in the drive at the homecoming. And he like, I know that you say my daughter, and I'm willing to let it go. If you let this go, I let this go. We move on. He had the gun. I mean, he played it so threatened, a really effective way to more like intimidating Peter Parker, So I like that scene. It's like he's like about to shit his pants. So I thought that was great. What else do I like? I always talk about Peter Parker's character. He's really, kid-like. He's really authentic, really enthusiastic, really angsty. He's really wanted to be on an Avengers team. So he personified Spider-Man, as in the comic book. And I like that the good thing about this movie that it is different from the Tobey Maguire and the Andrew Garfield movie. This movie is targeted a little bit more of a younger audience, and that's fine. That's different than the previous two. The previous two were targeted a little bit, mature. Not that they're bad, but they're good. So this target a little bit more younger audience, and I think it sort of fit the whole Spider-Man mythology, Spider-Man stories. So it did a great job, and I'm fine with that. I have my own opinion about all the three movies, and that's for another movie, another review, another video for you guys. So I like that Peter Parker is human, and he does make mistakes. Hence, he is a kid in this movie, and you get to see the mistake that he made, and his decision making isn't the greatest. So I'm glad that they portrayed it really well, especially Tom Holland. He showed it really well. He did a good job of doing that. And also, I like the Vulture's mechanical suit. I guess you could say exosuit. Not an exosuit, but more like a jetpack like. It's well designed. It's mechanical. It's like it's real. It feels like it's autonomous. It feels like it's intelligent. It looked cool. And I like Spider-Man's suit too, because it have tech that are resemblance of Tony Stark's suit, and it is given by Iron Man. So it does. Iron Man does and incorporated his technology into Spider-Man, that sort of thing. He does reconnaissance. There's a little spider in his chest, and he can listen in. He can zoom in. He does research, and he can pretty much do everything that a good guy can do. And I thought that was kind of cool. We never see this version of Spider-Man's suit. And I like the eye, how he's talking. He eyes squint, and how he's zooming in, squint, and he's a shock, he's whining. And I like that because it kind of shows a little of the expression. Because in the cartoon, Spider-Man eye does move, and I really like that. Instead of being static, it moves. It's open and closed. I like that a lot. And most importantly, the cast. Now, if you pay attention to the cast, they're all diverse. They're not all white. You know, the Peter Parker's crush is, I want to say she's African American, and Ned Blanton, I don't know what his nationality. I want to say he's Hawaiian or Pacific descendant. Please don't hit me with this. Me not knowing their nationality or their ethnic, but the cast is diverse, and that's good because we live in a world that is have diversity in school, in work, at work, and in the public, and that should reflect it in the movie, not an all white, cast. That bugs me, to some extent. So I like that they, put different character in different nationality. Like Flash is a native. I want to say he's Indian. So it's great to see that they are casting different nationality and ethnic into the story. So bravo to the casting director and the casting team. You guys did a great job, and the cast did a great job. So that proved to show that you don't have to have an all-white cast to portray a good movie. You can have a diverse cast and still have a good movie. So bravo to the casting team again. You guys did a good job, and you made a good choice. Now let's talk about the con. There are several cons, but the cons is, I'm being really nitpicky. The pros outweigh the cons. I want to let you guys know that up front. So the con, the villain Michael Keaton's character is kind of weak. He's kind of I guess a street level criminal, and that's hence he's capable of is manageable for Peter Parker. I understand that, but he lacked this the deeper motivation, the deeper desperation. Yes, he brought money to to salvage his alien tech and stuff, but to me it felt like it didn't really show his motivation, didn't show his desperation. What else? He finances his houses or something like that. It's sort of mentioned. It's like, okay, it doesn't show what he lost. If he had lost something, let's say he lost a family in the Avenger 1 or something like that, then it's kind of more believable. You kind of get to see that is personal for him. Here it's just financial. So it's just kind of like, okay, yeah, I'll let it go. I'll buy it, But to me, it doesn't feel like he's a good enough villain. Good enough for Peter to handle, for sure. What else? There's no aspiration for Peter Parker. I mean, yes, there is aspiration. How Tony Stark say, "Hey, if you cannot be you without the suit, then you can't have the suit." I understand that. Yes, that is a good message. But to me, I feel like the message isn't as great as great powers come with great responsibility. I felt that's a more effective, more message. Because he does have powers, and the power that he does and the thing that he do, it affects him and others, and him being if he can be him without the suit, it is a good message, but it's not a big enough message as great power comes with great responsibility. So that's kind of my argument for it. What else? The boat cut in half. Yes, the weapon does shoot straight and vertically. When Spider-Man, put it on when he web it on the boat floor, and then somehow the boat cut in half. So to me, it was like they sort of just did that for a purpose reason, to kind of, I think, pay homage to the first Spider-Man. I'm like, oh, okay. To me, I feel like the boat would crack more, structurally more uneven. Let's just say that. So to me, it's like, I don't buy it. That's where my engineering, mindset kick in. Like, no way that this will cut in straight way like that. When the bullets are flying different direction, it's just like a cheat way. That's how I feel. But just me being nitpicky. And also, then at the sort of the end, we find out that Michelle is one of Peter Parker inner circle friends. Her name is her I guess her initial or her nickname is MJ. I'm like, what? You know, like all this time, I like all the character, and then you guys decide the director or the writer decided to name her MJ. It's like, okay. I sort of wish in the next movie we get to find MJ comes in as a new student and Peter Parker fall for her. That would be cool, you know, because it's high school. But then one of his close friends is also MJ. It just felt. It doesn't feel worth. It doesn't feel valid, you know. Oh, what I also like, and I also so Peter Parker and his crush, they go to some homecoming dance, and he get threatened by Michael Keaton in the car, and then he goes in, he tell her no, no, tell his crush it no, I'm not good, I'm not the perfect guy for you, yada yada yada. He runs out, and then Shocker just knocked the fuck out of him. I'm like, how the hell Shocker know that he gonna run out that door, and how does Shocker knows to be there when his dad and with his crush dad was outside of the house on the other side of the building? How could he know that the homecoming wedding happened that day? I know it's maybe that Michael Keaton's character told them, but how would he know which door that Peter Parker would have came out? It felt like it's cheated. It felt like he was there to punch the fuck out on Peter Parker. It just felt like it was not well said. He was just there, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, okay. What else? There's lack of stake and lack of risk for Peter Parker. Yes, there are some scene where you could tell there's risk. There's urgency, you know, in the elevator scene in the Washington D.C. What else? I think that's the only scene I could really think of. Yeah, that's the only one. So it's like there isn't risk that he need to save his friend. There's only one scene. So it's like, where are all the other scene? You know, where is the most important scene? The scene that had the most risk, the most stake, the most desperation for Peter Parker. You know, so it's kind of there. Though also the fight at the end wasn't quite didn't quite do it for me. It was just like a basic fight. It was a criminal who trying to get away. It felt like it was didn't really sort of earn the ending to me. I mean, despite of, you know, Captain America at the end, I just feel like it wasn't triumphant. It wasn't really a catharsis. It wasn't really a good ending for Peter Parker. That's how I feel. So it's like it's kind of ending on a half note to me. That's how I feel it. So, you know, take it how you will. It's the ending does its job, but it's not good enough for me. I have high standards. So I'm done with the pros and cons, and I'm gonna give this movie an 8 out of 10. This movie is funny, it's entertaining, it is cool, it's a great Spider-Man movie. I really enjoyed it. I really did. The crowd enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was fantastic. It was good. It's as good as Guardian of the Galaxy, really. I really enjoyed this one a lot. So I'm gonna give the score of 8 out of 10. You definitely gotta go see it. You will enjoy it. You will have a good time. I promise you. Stay until the end. You won't regret it. So guys, I want to thank you for your time and effort to watching my movie review. I really appreciate it. Please like, thumbs up, share this movie review for all your friends, and stay tuned for more content to come. Take care, guys. Bye bye.